shall stand for your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand for your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand for your mandate. For your mandate. For your mandate. We shall stand. And now the people from ourselves are sitting. Thank you very much.
This post is going to stress you. It's going to shake your understanding about the things you claim you know about the Nigerian political system. The reason why this post is focusing more on the Igbo race is because this channel is focused on the Igbos. So I am here to educate the non-educated. I am here to open the eyes of that village woman who doesn't know her left from her right. I am here to tell that our brother in the man market who thought he knows it all, that there is a deeper things happening in Nigeria, especially in the APC political campaign, more than ever you think you know. So join us on this topic as we embark on the betrayals, Igbo APC joining, and the economy, why Nigeria is at a risk of a breaking point. Introduction. The state of the nation. Listen very well. My people, Nigeria is tired. The people are tired. The workers are tired. Everywhere you turn, prices are rising. Food is expensive. Transportation is expensive. Rent is choking the people. Salary is the same, but life is harder. They call it new political economic policy. But for the ordinary man, it feels like punishment. It feels like suffering without protection. And while the people are struggling to survive, something else is happening quietly. Political leaders we trusted, the Igbo top politicians we trusted, the people who claim to speak for us are changing sides. This is not just about money anymore. This is about trust. This is massive betrayal. The betrayal we did not see coming. Let's talk honestly. Many prominent Igbo politicians are now joining APC. They call it strategy. They say it is for development. They say it is to be close to power. But let me ask you a simple question. Who is speaking for the suffering Igbo trader? Who is speaking for that man in Alaba International Market? Who is speaking for millions and thousands of Igbos who have lost their shops, their business areas in Lagos government demolition? Who will speak for the common Igbo man or woman who has lost their business places? They are suffering for many years in unexplainable fire disaster in Lagos State Market. Or should we talk about the ones demolishing the houses targeted at Now We Get Lagos? But that one will be a story for another day. Who is protecting the Igbo worker? Who is standing with the common man? When leaders move to the ruling party, while the people are crying, it's still hot. It feels like abandonment. Is this alignment for the people or alignment for personal survival? Ask yourself this deeper truth. Are they going to Abuja to bring back the roads, jobs, and the security? Or are they going there to protect their seats and contracts? History has taught us to ask this very questions. This is a strong warning to the Igbo people. My Igbo brothers and sisters, be very, very careful. Power does not always mean protection. Being close to the government does not always mean justice. We have been there before. We were promised inclusion before. We were promised fairness before. We were promised national unity before. Yet, our businesses are destroyed during crisis. Our people are always labeled and targeted. Our pain were ignored. Our loyalty was never rewarded. Each time we are told, be patient. This time it will be different. But has it truly been different? Joining without strong condition is dangerous. Political movement without community agreement is very risky. If leaders move without carrying the people along, then it is not strategy, it is betrayal. The government versus the workers, the things we call the Bola Ahmed Tinubu tsunami. Pay very close attention. Let us talk about the economy. Many Nigerians are experiencing now is what the people call the Bola Ahmed Tinubu tsunami. Everything has changed at once. Fuel subsidy removed. Naira weakened. Prices exploded. The rich adjusted and the politicians also adjusted. But the workers, the traders, the marketers, the engineers, and the civil servants, everybody are drowning. People now choose between food or transport, rent or school fees, medicine or survival. And the government tells us it will be better tomorrow. But hunger does not wait for tomorrow. When leaders join to the ruling party at a time like this, it sends a strong message. Are we safe? You are on your own. We are safe. You are on your own. The human cost and the anger, the fear and the silence of the people. Listen very well. People are afraid. People are angry. Many are hungry, but many are silenced. Markets are quiet. Homes are heavier. Young people are losing hope. And when the people feel unprotected, the leadership feel distance, a nations become unstable. This is not just about economy. This is emotional and this is moral. The spiritual warning, a nation at a test. Many men of God in Nigeria, including Pastor Jerry Eze, Daddy G.O., Bishop Oyedepo, other prominent including Igbo men of God like Ebube Monso, Father Ede, Father Mbaka, Evangelist Ebukobi, and other spiritual voices has warned us before. When leadership loses trust, when greed replaces service, when power becomes more important than the people, a nation enters a very strange spiritual danger. Economic chaos is often a sign of moral collapse. This is not about party anymore. This is about character. God does not bless betrayal. God does not honor oppressors. God does not support leaders who forget the poor. Nigeria is being tested. The Igbo people are being tested. Will we trade our voice for access? Will we trade our pain for promises? Remember the past of betrayal. Let us not forget history. We have supported governments before. We were ignored. We have voted, waited and hoped before. Yet, key positions passes us by. Justice was selective. Our cities and our cries were treated as noise. Forgetting history is dangerous. Silence is very expensive. Unity without fairness is a trap. In our conclusion, the people still have power. Let me end this. Political parties will change. Policy will change. Politicians will move, but the people remain. Our strength is not in APC. Our strength is not in PDP. Our strength is in awareness, unity, and truth. Leaders must know you cannot oppress us without us. You cannot decide our future alone. And our closing call for action. Listen attentively. I want to hear from you. Do you see this Igbo's joining APC as betrayal or strategy? How are you surviving this new economic policy? Comment below. Let's talk. Let's stay awake. Because a silent people always pay the highest price. See you all next time.